Now you've heard how young Albert Ramsbottom in a zoo up at Blackpool one year. That's Albert Ramsbottom. With his stick with the horse's head handle, gave a lion a poke in the ear. The name of the lion was Wallace, and the poke in the ear made him wild. And before he could say, "Bob's your uncle," he'd up and he'd swallowed the child. He was sorry the moment he'd done it, for with children he'd always been chums. And besides, he'd no teeth in his noddle, and he couldn't chew Albert on gums. He could feel that lad moving inside him as he lay on his bed of dried ferns. Why, it might have been little lad's birthday, and he wished him such happy returns. Meanwhile, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom had gone home for their tea, feeling blue. Mum said, "I feel a bit down in the mouth." Dad said, I bet Albert does too. Then Mum said, "It just goes to show how the future is never revealed. If I thought we was going to lose him, I'd have not had his boots soled and healed." But Dad said, "Well, let's look on bright side. What can't be helped must be endured. Every cloud has a silvery lining, and we did have young Albert insured." Just then a knock at the door came, as father these kind words did speak. It was the man from the Prudential, who'd called for his tuppence per person per week. Dad laughed when he saw who'd been knocking. He laughed and he kept laughing so that the young man said, "What's there to laugh at?" Dad said, "You'll laugh and all when you know." So Mum said, "Forgive him for laughing. It's just that things happen so strange. See how Albert's been ate by a lion, and you'll have to pay us for a change." The young fella from the Prudential said, Come, let's understand this. You don't mean to say that you've lost him?" Dad said, "Oh no, we know where he is." Well, after he'd heard all the details, a bag from his pocket he drew, and he paid them with interest and bonus the sum of £9 4 and 2. Dad had scarce got his hands on the money when a face at the window they see, and Mother said, "Hey, look, it's Albert," and Father said, "Aye, it would be." Well, what had happened back at the zoo was that Wallace were feeling so bad that he thought that the right thing to do was to stage a comeback for the lad. So he'd put his head down in the corner, and on his front paws he'd walk, and he coughed and he spluttered and gurgled till Albert popped out like a cork. Wallace felt better directly, and he certainly felt a bit leaner, whilst all that was different with Albert was his hands and face looked a bit cleaner. Well, Albert came in all excited and started his story to give, and Dad said, "I'll never trust lions again, never as long as I live." So the young fella from the Prudential to pick up the money began, but Father said, just a minute, don't be in such a hurry, young man." And giving young Albert a shilling, he said, "Pop off back to the zoo. Here's your stick with the horse's head handle. Go and see what the tigers can do." Thank you.